So you're thinking about moving to Naples, Florida? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons why we moved to Florida from California. And at the end, let you know if we feel like it's been worth it. We've lived here 7 months now. It's a beautiful day. Man, the sand's extra soft. The water's like glass. Stay till the very end. I'm going to show you how we actually get into the beach here on the Gulf Coast. And let's get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, please subscribe, tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about the ever-changing real estate market here in Naples, Florida. Hi, my name is Randy Curtis. I'm with eXp Realty. Every week we get texts, emails, and calls from people just like yourself looking for some help on making the move to Naples, Florida. Me and my family, we live here. We absolutely love it. So if you're looking to move here in the next 9 to 90 days, feel free to reach out. You can call me, text me. You can schedule a live in-person Zoom meeting. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Naples, Florida. All right, top 5 reasons for moving to Florida. Number 1 was essentially, I'll talk about the least, but it was the most important, and the deciding factor was the political environment had really changed in California 2 years ago with the mandates, the lockdowns, and really the restrictions on the families and the businesses in general just became difficult. There was less freedoms there. So I really had to start thinking about the future, thinking about down the road, whether it be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. So I looked at Florida, just felt like it was a place that was more in line with what I was thinking. I really was finding myself rejecting the messages I was hearing in California. And I just wanted a place that was more free, you know, to be able to run our business, to be able to make decisions on our family, where they could go to school and not go to school. And so that was the deciding factor. I know we all have our reasons and our pain points, but for me, that was number 1. Okay, I'll keep it at that. Let's move on to number 2. All right, reason number 2 on why we specifically chose Naples. Kind of interesting story is I actually had never heard of Naples, although I had lived in Florida a little bit when I was younger, having played for the New York Mets and Cleveland Indians and going to spring training and then playing in the Florida State League. I had traveled up and down and saw a lot of Florida. So I knew it was a place where I wanted to be, but I didn't know exactly where. Obviously, Florida's huge and you have, wait for the helicopter. You have the 2 different coasts, obviously. You know, you got the Atlantic coast and then you have the Gulf Coast side. I wasn't privy to one side or the other. So I just started doing my research and went up and down the Atlantic side and then came over to the Gulf Coast side and started from north and heading on down south. Came across Naples, was intrigued essentially from the get-go. Loved its location. Being down in Southwest Florida, I knew it'd be tropical, lush, and just be a really pretty place. And the proximity to be able to go to Key West when you wanted to, or Miami or Tampa, all within 2 hours of here. And then I saw in doing my research that the city itself didn't have a large, population, obviously compared to like a Miami or a Tampa. So I was looking for something a little smaller, a little more private. And then things from there just started kind of hitting me immediately about Naples from outside sources, where I started to think, gosh, is it meant to be? I had mentioned it to my wife and she goes, this is weird. I'm actually watching HGTV and the dream home is being featured there. So this is in March, April of 2021. So I had an opportunity to sit down and watch and learn a lot about Naples because they'll show the surrounding environment, stuff like that. And then from there, more things started to happen. I saw where there was a super popular, probably the most popular grocery store in the United States was in Naples, and it was being featured on a lot of your news nationally. So you could do your own research on that. It's called Oaks Seed to Table. It's actually a really cool place. So we like going there now that we live here. And then a third thing was I was getting directions to go to friends of mine, restaurant that they had opened a long time ago that I hadn't yet been to. And this is in the same exact period of time. This is all within weeks of each other. And this is in California, but the address was it was Naples Boulevard and something else. I'm like, that is just weird. So I just started thinking that it was meant to be. And then I just let everything kind of like fall into place. End up moving here to Naples without ever stepping foot, in the city. I don't recommend that now because I'm living here, you really get a chance to see, it's so diverse. There's just different places and they all have a little bit different of a vibe. And so I actually did a video on a map tour, complete map tour of Naples because it's big. It's a big place as far as from a geographical, I think it's 2,200 square miles is the area of Naples. So there's a lot to see. I love the diversity here, love the location here. So many things to do here. But those are the initial upfront reasons why we decided to move to Naples. And so I put that number 2 on my list. All right, let's jump into number 3. All right, reason number 3. It's getting bright out here. It's so pretty, so I wanted to bring you out. I really like this stretch of beach here in Naples. But the third reason, and probably one of the main reasons that a lot of people end up coming to Florida, part of that 1,000 people a day that actually move here to Florida, and why people are leaving their states to come here, I'd imagine it's at the top, but is the cost of living here. So although Naples, you can be, they're billionaires that live here. You could live here on a $300,000 budget for a home to $30 million. I mean, it's really diverse in that way. But the cost of living, when you start looking at the actual prices here compared to California, I'll bring up a few as an example, but the first on the top of everybody's minds right now is gas. So gas, on average, I talked to a friend of mine back home. What's up, Kurt? So about $1 to $1.50 a gallon less from the times we have conversations. So that, that adds up. And then cost of energy. So my house, where I lived, in California, averaged anywhere between $450 to $800 a month for electricity bill. So here we run our air conditioner. Now that it's summer, we run it pretty much, we have it on. So it's, on and off throughout the day, 24/7. And our bill for our bill for July was $150. So that's a third, a fourth of the price compared to California. So that'll add up. But there's other little things, like when we went to get our cars registered, when we got our tags, I was thinking, okay, that wasn't much of a difference. But what I didn't realize until I looked at the actual sticker is when you get tags here, registration for your car is for 2 years. So I was thinking, oh wow, okay, so it's about half of what it was, back in California. I'm sure there's other little things that'll add up, but the retail sales tax back home was, I believe it was 8.75%. So when you go buy things at the store, your state retail tax. Here it's, I think it's 7.5, so it's about 1% different. So again, those are little things that kind of add up. So overall, the cost of living is great, but the big one is the income tax. So you don't have any personal income tax here. So looking forward to, enjoying that part next year. But that's something that, is a main driver as well. Something that we're all paying attention to now, just because the economy, we're all trying to save a little bit. But the cost of living here is definitely has its advantages over California. So that's reason number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, reason number 4. So number 4 here. So we're coming up, actually, I'll kind of turn around here. We're coming up on this part here. This is, behind these homes is the bay, Naples Bay, and then this comes out and then feeds out into the Gulf. So that's where you'll have your, everybody going out to fish and to get out onto the, get on the Gulf there. A lot of your cruises and sunset tours and dolphin tours, deep sea fishing. A lot of the charters, they'll come out of this canal here from Naples Bay. But that kind of leads into the lifestyle here. A lot of it is about the water, but I do want to emphasize that you could do as little as you want or as much as you want. I mean, it's all really here. If you want to come to the beach and stroll and see the beautiful scenery, pick up some shells. I'll see if while I'm walking here, I'll look down and see if I can pick up a shell or two. To going on to obviously anything boating wise. You've got kayaks, you've got boarding, you've got as simple as just walking. The trails here in Naples are tremendous. I really feel like they do a good job of thinking about the community, biking and walking. And then if you're into sports and professional sports, you're not too far away from Miami, where you got the Marlins and you've got the Dolphins. We're actually going in a couple weeks to watch the Dodgers. The Dodgers will be in town for 3 games. So we'll go down there for the weekend and watch a game or two. And then you got Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers. And then you've got the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. So whether, what division you like in football or what division you like in baseball, I'm sure your favorite team definitely will come into town. So that's a cool part here. But you got the shopping, you got the thrifting. My wife likes to go out and do thrifting and find great deals. The dining here is exceptional, but obviously you got zoos here and just these beautiful botanical gardens, and I'm probably just missing on a lot of things to do. One of the main attractions here is golf. So there's 250 golf courses. So you could play a golf course a week for the next 5 years and still not hit them all. But a lot of these planned communities especially will have, you know, the tennis courts, and they'll have the paddle pickleball, which is similar to tennis, but it's with a paddle and it's a little bit smaller of a court. Bocce ball, I mean, you name it. So it's all here. It's all here for you. The lifestyle is great. You just feel like you're less stressed. You want to get out. It's just always so pretty here. And I know since being here personally, I didn't mean to, but I've lost 10 pounds since I've been here. But I think that's just, you know, getting out and being more active within the city and stuff like that. So the sky's the limit here on lifestyle, but we didn't know how good it would be. I had an idea, but now that we're here, it's something that I really appreciate. For you that come in, I'd love to show you around. I can take you on the boat. You know, we can go cruising around the different canals and see canal homes and different communities. We could even go out, put a fishing pole in your hands and maybe catch a couple fish. So look forward to possibly meeting you. That's our fourth reason for getting out here, was to continue to have a thriving outdoor lifestyle. And that moves us to number 5. Okay, that leads us to number 5, fifth reason for moving to Naples. In doing my research, I found that it was a safer place to be able to live, less crime. Unfortunately, in California, they passed a law, I don't know the exact number, but you could literally walk into a store. If you take under a certain amount of product, you could walk out without being arrested. I think it's like $900 and something. To me, that's just absolutely crazy. It's just, you know, inviting theft, and bad things come from that. So that's why a lot of stores, especially like in San Francisco and stuff like that, I believe there was, I think it was CVS, or there was another main like pharmacy place, I forget which name it was, but they closed like 20 some odd stores in the city just because of the theft that was happening. So I have daughters. A big priority for us is making sure that, you know, we're in a, you know, safer place where I feel comfortable, where they could go out and go for a walk in the community and I don't have to, you know, worry about them. And I know as a parent we still do to some extent, but overall, you know, Naples is a safer, more clean, you know, environment. And so that was big for us. And then on top of that, we did research on the schools, really good schools here, where the curriculum, you know, they're clamping down and making it more parent friendly, you know, on that part, which I'm a big, you know, fan of. And then there's award-winning schools that are here. So I just felt like the education that my daughters that would get here in Naples, Florida would be superior to what was being offered in California. So those are my 2 reasons for number 5, was just feeling like it was safer and just a better school environment for my kids. So that rounds out our top 5 reasons. So I told you to stick around for actually how we enter the beach here in Naples, Florida. So let me show you. Pick out a good spot. Maybe I'll go where the these pelicans are here.